Hey old soul, just over a year ago I sold everything I owned and moved to the land of Bali with my ex-husband and 3 kids. Now I live my dream life, traveling first class around the world, teaching others how to do the same. If you are ready for a life that is so abundant and free, where money flows like air so effortlessly that you don't even care because you are simply focusing on you and allowing everything to be true, then you are exactly where you need to be. Let me teach you how to be wildly abundant and insanely free. Body feels the way I do. Good afternoon. It is a beautiful day in sunny, I was going to say June, but it's not June, sunny Bali. Oh my goodness, today's been so beautiful. I went for the most beautiful beach walk. I went and got my spine cracked, like next level. I just did our beautiful Kundalini online session. That was wild. It was so beautiful. Massive shifts, massive releases. A lot of the women that came onto that actually had huge shifts. I was so surprised because usually when it's your first time working with the energy, you don't have that many huge shifts. But yeah, the women on there, very awake. If you're feeling the call, hey Lucy, how are you, beautiful soul? If you're feeling the call to release energetic blocks, hey Melissa, how are you? Definitely do a Kundalini session. They're absolutely wild. It still blows my mind how big the shifts are when you're not even in front of me. Like this morning we had a lady from South Africa, America, Bali. I have to find out where the other 2 were from, but time zones are wild. How are you, beautiful soul? So I've got to quickly duck, but I'm going to be short and sweet. I want to give you guys a golden nugget today, which is, imagine if I give you $10,000. I give you $10,000. There you go, take it. Now, I want you to put that $10,000 into your wallet. We're going to put that $10,000 into our wallet. Now, I'm going to tell you to leave your wallet in the middle of a busy place. What's the first thing that comes up for you? Is it, oh my gosh, someone's going to take it? Oh no, I'm going to lose it. It's not trust that more's coming back. The thing about this exercise is it brings up all your limiting beliefs. It's going to bring up everything around money. It's nighttime there. I love that. In Canada, oh my gosh, I just love that you're all around the world. It absolutely just blows my mind. I never thought that this would even be possible. I love it so much. Absolutely love it. So doing this exercise, you've got $10,000 in cash in your wallet, sitting in the middle of a shopping mall or somewhere really busy. What's coming up for you? Boom, that is your limiting belief around money. If you don't feel that you can leave $10,000 in an open wallet and it's going to be safe, you have a safety issue with money. Money isn't providing safety for you because wealthy people are not going to worry. They know that when money is in their possession, it's always coming and it's overflowing. It's always there. It's just going to keep trickling in left, right, and center. So this is a really potent exercise for you to go deep and go, okay, cool. What are my limiting beliefs around money? Why do I not feel safe with money? Now, if you're not feeling safe with money, if the first thing that came up for you was safety, it was someone's going to take this away, then in most cases, and with a lot of my clients, I find this is to do with the father wound because of safety, because I find that money provides safety and security. That's really its purpose in the physical plane. So if we're playing with money on a 3D level, I feel in my work and my experience, and when I'm making a lot more money than in the past, when I was working really hard to make my money, I was giving away my lack of safety when I was in the wounded masculine. Then when I softened and I was in the healthy, embodied feminine, money flows more because we're trusting, because we know that money gets to come, because we feel safe around money. And so more and more just keep coming. So looking at what energy you are in when you are around the energy of money. Is it the wounded feminine, wounded masculine, or are you in the embodied feminine, the embodied masculine? When you feel safe, money will keep flowing. When you trust, when you are not trying to control, manipulate, force, when it's just money takes care of me because as a child, I was able to see that the healthy masculine took care of me. If you had a toxic relationship with your dad, I can definitely put my hand up for that one, then obviously there's a lot of work to do around money because you don't feel safe around money. And I really do truly feel that money is the healthy masculine energy when we're on the physical plane. When we're looking at money from a soul level, from a quantum level, from a universal level, money just is. It's complete and utter neutrality. And so the funny thing about this 3D reality and this universal plane is that we kind of have to understand money on many different facets of dimensions and how we're interacting with it in different dimensions and in different timelines. When we're interacting with money on the quantum field, and we can completely and utterly take away all the masks, all the facades, all the bits and pieces, we just have to realize that we can be unapologetic about money. We don't have to worry about how we choose money, how it turns up. We don't have to be like, well, if I'm a good person, then I'll make more money. Or if I do X amount of hours, then I'll make this money. Or money's only going to come to me if I give 10% of my salary here, there, and everywhere. Like, no, it's what feels good for you. Like what really, really feels good for you. If you just want to manifest $1 million because you want $1 million, then fuck, manifest $1 million because you want $1 million. That's amazing. You don't need all these stories and beliefs and all these conditions that are holding you back. Like, well, I can't have the $1 million until I'm this person or this person, or no, everything needs to be linear. I have to be like, has to be perfect, 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 perfect. Fuck all that shit. Fuck being the good girl. Fuck having all these conditions. If you desire it, you can claim it. It's that simple. And then when we're looking at really being unapologetic, we kind of get back to our truth. We get back to our core. We get back to our inner knowing of who we truly are. Julie, how do I know? Where do I find the information? Where do I start to understand this? Quantum physics and quantum money, all the quantum stuff. Where do you even begin? Okay. A really good book that I loved reading was called Happy Pocket Full of Money. It's a really good book that starts to expand your understanding of the quantum field and money. I would start to read that book. I think that's a really, really, really good book. And I think it's whatever you feel called to. I was always obsessed with money and wealth because that's my soul's purpose. And that's also where my greatest wound was as a child. That's where my parents had the most fighting. That's where my biggest trauma was around money. It was huge. Yes, A Happy Pocket Full of Money by David Tricambri. Really, really good audio book. Hard to find in the bookshops, but great audio. So that's a really, really good place to start. And I would definitely recommend that book. I think it's phenomenal. It really goes deep with wealth consciousness. And the thing is, all of our money problems are not to do with money. No problem around money is to do with money. It's just not. Actually, another good book is called Happy Money by Ken Honda. Take away the quantum side, just read Happy Money by Ken Honda. That's a really good book as well. So, and I've read heaps of books around money. It's insane. Like Secrets to the Millionaire Mind. That's a really, really good one. Think and Grow Rich. I like Think and Grow Rich, but I found that one a hard read. But yeah, so what you have to understand is that when it comes to money, your problems have nothing to do with money. Absolutely nothing to do with money. If you're not receiving money, it's not because you have issues with money. It's because you have issues with lack. It's because you have issues with unworthiness. It's because you have issues with not being enough. Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? No, my glass is overflowing. Be in the overflow. Embody the overflow. Experience the overflow. Look out at life and be delighted by how much there is. Look at how many clouds are in the sky. Look at how many holidays you could possibly go on. Live in the overflow. Live in the excitement. Live in the joy of infinite possibilities and relish in the limitless nature of this reality. Don't sit there and wonder what if. Actually book your holiday. Go, you know what, I want to go to Greece next year. I don't even know how this is going to work. The universe is going to take care of the how. When you try to understand the how, you're in the wounded masculine energy. You're in the wounded masculine or you're in the wounded feminine. You're trying to control, you're trying to manipulate. It's not working. Melissa, I desire millions of dollars as my earnings. it just is for me. Yes, of course it is for you. The millions are coming. They are absolutely coming. It is done. It has been done since the day that you were born. All you have to do is get out of the way. Clear. Release, clear. It is within you. You are infinite wisdom. You are the channel, the abundance, the joy, the bliss, the overflow. You are all of it. You are the divine. You are the same quantum particles as source, as the creator, as God. It's all the same in the eyes of the universe. Nothing is better or worse than anything else. It is just done. And don't create limits on it being done. Don't create stories. Just go, you know what? I desire this, and it doesn't matter why I desire this. I just know that when I say this and when I affirm this and when I see this in my mind's eye, it feels good. It feels exciting, and I'm ready for it. And that's all you need to do. And then just say, hey, God, angel, source, universe, science, quantum field, whatever you want to call it, infinite intelligence, guide me, show me the journey there, because I'm so excited to have it. And then get excited. Write out 1,000,000 holidays. Write out all the things that you desire to do in this physical reality. Go to all the restaurants. Go smell the roses. Go to the flower markets. This is wealth. True wealth consciousness is living a life beyond your wildest dreams on your terms. I turn up for lives when I feel called to do it, because that's when I have the most energy. That's when I'm excited to do it. I live a life on my terms. I go to the beach and I drink coconuts, and I go spend time with friends, and I go have massages, and I do all these beautiful things, and I still make multiple 5 figures a month because I'm in my feminine, because I love my life. I get to receive more. And I used to hustle, and I used to push, and I used to grind, and I used to be in the wounded masculine energy, which made me feel burnt out, overwhelmed, not enough. I always felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders, and I'm like, can I just do more? And now I'm like, fuck it. What do I desire to make? And how do I desire to turn up to make it? And when you truly get to be more and more and more and more and more of you, everything gets to work out. Yes, your Bali retreat's on my list. Oh my gosh, yes. Do you know what? So many people are always saying that. I'm going to send you a DM after this. I've got something special to share with you. So just receive in all of its entirety, and more and more and more and more and more. And it all gets to come because you said it gets to come, because you desire it to come the way that it needs to come. You're making your own rules. You don't need to get someone else's blueprint. You need to go, you know what feels really good for me? What feels so good for me and my body? Is that turning up for 1 hour and getting paid $1 million for that 1 hour? Is that what feels really, really good for you? Figure out what feels really, 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 really good for you, and then lean into that and just do it. Make it a reality. There is nothing too hard for this universe to create. The universe is just manipulating quantum particles. The universe doesn't know the difference between $1 and $1 million. It just knows that that's hard for you to attain, because you think that the $1 million is up here instead of down here. If you can change your consciousness and change your perception and make the $1 million that you're putting up here really little and tiny, and you look at yourself and you're bigger than the $1 million, and you're like, man, the $1 million is nothing to obtain. It's just numbers on a screen. Why would I not be able to have that? Of course you can have it. Of course you can have anything that you desire. The universe doesn't struggle to come up with the things that you desire, but the conditions of your mind are really, 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 really good at blocking them from you. And that's all it comes up to. That's all it is. Emma, if you have been being this, the money isn't landing to serve my impact. I don't understand. If you have been being this, but the money isn't landing. Cool. So the money's not coming. There's some sort of a block. If the money's not coming, then there's some sort of a block that we have, and we have to really, really, really look at all of our blocks, because sometimes you'll get rid of a massive block and then there'll be another one over here and another one over here and another one over here. So sometimes it's like pulling all the little bits and blocks and pieces away. Sometimes it's that you're just not thinking big enough. Like you could be thinking really, 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 really linear. So maybe you're thinking, I'll make a 10K month, then I'll make a 50K month, then I'll do this, then I'll do that. Why don't you just go, you know what? I just decide to make $1 million next month, and that feels really good, and I'm just going to do it, and you just claim it, and it's just done. And then watch every single limiting belief that comes up for you. It might go, oh, this is going to be really, really, really hard for me to hold. Maybe there's more work associated with this, me making this $1 million this month. And then you have to rewrite that belief. So you'll go, okay, cool. Well, what if I could make this without working any harder? What if I could just raise my prices and make this? So we start playing with all the beliefs. Maybe this will cost me my marriage. Maybe this will cost me my friendship group. So you look at creating a really, 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 really big goal that you desire. And it doesn't need to be big. It's just, let's not even call it a big goal, because I think that throws people. It's like, oh my gosh, it's not outside of you, it's within you. It's always been within you. Choose something that feels really, really, really good. If you keep chasing the money, you're never, ever, ever going to get the money, because you are the money. You are the abundance. And often the issue I find with spiritual people is that we put so much focus on the money, and there's really just something really, really, really big and simple. It could just be something like healing the father wound. I've had all my structures gone. Okay, so the structure obviously is the masculine. So when you're saying that you had all your structures gone, do you have some form of structure to hold the business? Because obviously it's harder to be in the feminine flow when we don't have structure in our business. And like usually when I'm working with clients one-on-one in a group container, I can see their energy blocks in their field, and I can easily pull them out for them and actually see what's coming up for you. I would just sit with a few things and see how any of this lands. Choose something that you truly desire. I feel like, I'm not going to tune in to it for too long, but I feel like just take all the rules away for 1 second. Like just take all the rules away, take all the money away, just take it all away and pretend you're a baby again. Come back in, completely blank slate, and go, you know what makes me feel really good? What makes me feel really good? Because when we're doing what we love, we don't even care about the money, it just comes. And so if we're struggling to make the money or create the money, usually there's something that we're doing that doesn't feel fully aligned. And so let's really, 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 really play. So you brought everything down, the structure's gone. You know, Emma, I would just say, if you were to make $1 million an hour or money wasn't an issue, what would you do? Like literally, what would you do? And start doing it. And don't get in the headspace of, oh, but I've already done this, or I've already done all these things. Just go, what would you do? I think there's something that may be terrifying, that maybe you're not looking at it, because sometimes it is like, oh shit, I have to burn my whole business to the ground. None of this makes me happy anymore. Or sometimes it's, and I'm not saying any of this is you, I'm just putting hypotheticals out there. But sometimes it is just like, we're not addressing the elephant in the room, which could be like, actually, none of this makes me happy, but because I've worked so hard to make myself happy, I don't want to leave it. I don't want to get rid of it. Often we think that because we put so much hard work into a business, if we're to say goodbye to it, it's the hardest thing on the planet. I would just like come back down to your core and go, if I was to wake up today for the first day of my life, what would bring me the most joy? Like, don't even think about everything you've done in your business right now. Just go, what would make me so happy right now? Like, forget about your entire business, forget about every single offering, forget about all your clients, and just for one moment, come back to yourself, come back to your heart and go, what would just make me happy? What would make me happy? Like, what would bring me the most joy? Like, is everything that you're doing in your business lighting you up so much that you can't wait to jump out of bed? If it's not, then you shouldn't be doing it. And I always say use discernment. I throw things out there, use discernment, you know, sit with how this lands in your body. But all you need to do is what makes you happy. That's it. Find something that brings you the most joy. Maybe you're like, you know what? My business doesn't make me happy anymore. I want to go travel the world. Maybe one of the offerings in your business makes you really sad. Maybe you just need to shut that offering down completely. It's really like just forgetting about your whole business. Forget about everything and go, you know what? Without the money, without any of this, what in my, like, no, don't even your business, what makes me really happy? Come back to the truth of all that you are, and then go, okay, cool, speaking makes me happy. Why can't I get paid $1 million an hour to speak? How can I do that? How can I make that a reality? And then play with it. And then you're going to start to be in the creative flow state and have really, really a lot of fun with it. When you're looking for the money not flowing, it's because there's a lack of joy, a lack of creativity. There's something in your field that's not fully inspired, because the feminine essence is playing, it's dancing, it's relishing in all the beauty. It's just receiving. It's receiving everything because we feel safe in the masculine presence. So I would just completely forget about everything in your life for 2 seconds and sit back with what brings you the most joy and just come back to that. Forget about all your offerings, forget about the business. Just go, you know what? If I was to start everything all over again, what would I do? What would make me happy? And sometimes that can be the hardest question to ask, because your brain goes, oh no, but I put all this work in here and I've done this and I've done that. Who cares? I've had many businesses I had for years that I shut down, that I just didn't even bother, because the main thing that makes me happy is my creativity and my play. And I hope, I hope that helps, Emma. I know sometimes they're the challenging questions and they're the things that we have to do, but something that's coming through right now is The second you worry about the money, you've lost the play. You've lost the dance. You know, it's like when you're dancing and you're moving and you're jiving and you're in this flow, and then all of a sudden you stop and you think about the steps. You're like, oh, hang on, are my feet working? And you start kind of losing your tempo and you're just all over the shop. You're like, I don't even know what's happening. How did I lose this? And it's like, yeah, because you stopped to think about it. To live a life beyond your wildest dreams, you have to defy the logic. You have to get beyond the logical mind. It doesn't make any sense. And the only way you can really, truly defy logic is when you start to dance with yourself and you play with this dance of yourself and you really just get into this rhythm, this flow, this beauty, this creativity, and you don't care what other people think. You don't care what makes other people happy. I'm going to be sending out an email very soon in the next week because we're literally restructuring the whole business. It's absolutely wild because I was like, I love everything in my business, but I've created this business that is about serving others. And in the process, I lost how I was serving myself. Now, don't get me wrong. I love everything in my business. I love all my clients. But for me to do what I really, truly desire to do next year, I've got to change a lot of things in my business because right now I'm really on this serve. And I love it. But this element of insane service isn't going to serve me next year. I've got to automate a lot more in my business and I've got to actually be live a lot less and do a lot less programs live. And it's just constantly realizing what gets you here won't get you there. The quantum leaps that you desire require you to completely change everything that you're doing right now. And it is constant inner work and it is constantly looking at your thought patterns and it is constantly going, wow, I can't believe I think that way now. I can't think that way if I desire this life and this life and this life and this life. Life is a dance. It's a flow. It's this journey of just joy and creativity and play. And when you lose yourself, you start to search for the money. When you've completely lost yourself, that's when you're looking for the money over your soul's purpose. When you are on purpose, when you are fully and utterly on purpose and you are dancing to the soundtrack of your soul and you are relishing in the music that you are, you don't need to chase the money. It just comes. It absolutely comes. It really, truly does. Don't get me wrong. I think there may be times where you'll be tested and the universe will be like, do you really want this abundance? Show me how you feel with no abundance. And you'll have to be like, yes, this is so beautiful. Thank you for the no abundance. I love this. But you'll start to see abundance in everything else. And so really, truly just start to dance to the soundtrack of your soul. I don't know truly. Yes, I don't know truly know me or my soul purpose. Get to know it. Get to know it. You know what? People are always trying to find their soul purpose. You're already your soul purpose. Find out what makes you happy. Find out what makes you excited for life. That is your soul's purpose. That's all you need. That's absolutely all you need. People go like on these big quests to find their soul's purpose. Just find out what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what lights your soul on fire. That's your soul's purpose. If you wake up in the morning and you're kind to a stranger, that's your soul's purpose. Everything that you desire is already within you. The money, the abundance, the overflow, it's all within you. Just start embodying everything that's within you. There is nothing that you need to search for that's outside of you. The second that you search for it, you're disconnected from your soul. You're disconnected from your truth. You're disconnected from your power. I know it's easier said than done. I know. I've been on a very long journey. If you are still struggling to reach those higher frequencies, those higher states, the euphoria, the joy, the bliss, the overflow, then I invite you to do a Kundalini activation session. I will pop the link below. They're only $55. Listen to your soul because they are big clearing sessions. They do release a lot of energetic blocks. But really, truly, and utterly just go, if today was my last day on earth, would I be happy to live it the way that I live today? And if the answer is no, then change it. It's really not that hard, just change it. And your head will give you every excuse as to why you can't change it. Oh, you need the money, you need this, you need that. And then just go, you know what? I don't care, I'm so abundant. Everything I desire will show up on my path because I am that powerful. And I can have everything and more. The life that I adore is literally at my door. I'm relishing here and I'm staying here because I'm ready to receive so much more. And just open your arms and just, this world is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm even gonna get tears. Like being alive is just the most beautiful thing in the entire world. And if you spend every day chasing the money or chasing the clients or chasing what's out of you, you're gonna miss the beauty of truly being alive, which is everything. It is the greatest gift to truly be alive. And so when you can truly step into that, and you can start to be happier than you've ever been in your entire life, and you can realize that everything that you could ever desire has always been within you. Everything that you desire will just come as a byproduct, and you won't have to look for it anymore. You'll wake up and go, wow, there's millions of dollars in my bank account and I don't even care, because I'm so whole and I'm so supported and I have the most beautiful people in my life, and I'm so blessed and I'm so honored and I'm so humbled, and there is a life out there beyond your wildest dreams, and it's waiting for you, and heaven on earth truly does exist. And you get to step into it now. Big love, wealthy old soul. Mwah. Have a phenomenal day. I hope to see you in a Kundalini activation session very soon. I love you. I see you. Big love, wealthy old soul. Mwah.